What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be doing ongoing series. So now we left off with the fight between Christian and Vegeta and the Beam Clash, which actually kind of ended. And then the Great Ape fight happened. Alright, whatever, screw it. So basically Goku, Vegeta, Christian and Raditz, Piccolo, Gohan, Tien, Shenhan, Krillin, Yamcha, and Chaozu all bodied the Saiyans. Well, Vegeta and Thing were the Saiyans. So basically now everyone survives. Moving on to the Frieza saga. So basically everyone's got a pretty high power level. Christian and Goku in the strongest, then Vegeta, then we got Nappa. Actually, no, then we have Raditz, then we got Nappa, then we got Gohan. Actually, no, everyone's stronger than Nappa. Really, I don't care. I'm not going over power levels. So they would be doing training after that. The 5 Saiyans would be doing training in the gravity room for about 3 years before it. So when they train, it's so effective that I'm going to go over these power levels are so big. No, I want to give them a challenge so it's not that hard. So the weakest is Chaozu. His power level is 100. Actually, no, it's 530,000. He's got the power level of Frieza because of how much gravity training they did for 3 years. Next is the power level of Yamcha. This man's got a power level of 1 million. Tien at 2 million. We got Krillin at 3 million, actually. Tien at 10 million. Nappa, Raditz at about 13 million. Okay, I gotta lower the power levels. These are way too high. Chaozu's got a power level of 180,000. Yamcha's got a power level of 200,020. So yeah, 222,000. That's his power level. Raditz's power level is about 300,000. Krillin's is of course 300,000 as well. We're gonna go into another power level, which is Nappa. Nappa has a ginormous power level of 500,000. And Christian, Vegeta, and Goku all have a power level of it's over 1 million. And they actually have all unlocked their maxed powers. They cut off Vegeta's tail and Goku's and Raditz's because they don't want trouble. Because they don't really trust Vegeta. They don't have tails. So Christian's the only one who has tail. So they all go. They're ready for the fight against Frieza. They all head into a spaceship. The Saiyans go in their spaceship, and the Earthlings go in theirs because they can basically all take something. Chaozu is the strongest Captain Ginyu, if not stronger. So basically, now we're moving on to the Frieza saga. They immediately arrive, and Frieza would sense such high power levels that the power levels are so high that no one could take it. So basically, then the first fight is Vegeta versus Koi. Vegeta just stares at him and kills him with just an eye glare. Next is the fight between Dodoria and Christian. Dodoria rushes at him and says, "You're dead, monkey!" He says, "Nice try," and punches through his stomach, and then jumping up in the air and then saying, "Goodbye," and slams a blast down onto Dodoria, erasing him. Moving on to the next fight, which is Goku versus Zarbon. Now Goku would immediately just say, "Argh!" and power up to Goku's maximum is about 5 million. He'd blitz over and punch Zarbon through the stomach, then grab his face and slam him into the ground, popping Zarbon's head like a watermelon, and then blasting the rest of his body. Then Gohan and Nappa and Raditz would all take down the Ginyu Force. Then we got to the fight with Frieza. This one's pretty hard. So immediately they all start bodying Frieza. But then Frieza transforms. They let the Earthlings fight because they want to see how they do. Then Frieza transforms into his third, bodies the Earthlings. Then when the Saiyans step in, they are bodying him. Then immediately Frieza goes into 50%. First things first. He rushes in, tail slaps Vegeta, kicks back Nappa, and takes down Raditz. immediately defeating them all. It's only 2, and they're like, shoot! They both power up to their absolute maximums, which is their max power level is about 15 million. They start rushing at Frieza, and they say, Frieza! They both punch Frieza, but then he just nods and pushes back their punches and say, nice try, monkeys! He punches Goku in the stomach, kicks Christian in the stomach as well, sending them both flying. He immediately grabs Vegeta and starts going, oh, Choco, 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 choking Vegeta. There, he starts choking Vegeta. Then Nappa comes, he gets kicked, sent into a wall, knocking him out. Raditz comes, and then he gets death beamed. Out of nowhere, he death beams Krillin too. He death beams all the Earthlings, killing everyone except for Christian and Goku. He just doesn't care anymore. He just wants to see how these Saiyans go. And out of nowhere, he hears, two Super Saiyans emerge. They're both at a power level of 235 million. Frieza's max power, I'm pretty sure, is only like 150 million. When they both rush, they punch Frieza in the face, sending him flying into a wall, then rushing towards him, breaking his bones with every punch, and then breaking his body down. Then Frieza explodes Namek, but then they're ready, and they're both like, you idiot! Put their hands in one spot, and then they say, you idiot! And blow him up, and erase him from existence. So then they'd go, and they'd come back, and they're like, oh no, this is terrible. He says, Bulma! He says, Bulma! They contact Bulma from the spaceship, and they say, Bulma! Please! Contact oh yeah, Gohan ain't dead. Gohan and Piccolo aren't dead. They immediately go to the spaceship, and they take off. They tell Bulma that they have to first revive Namek. Then, after that, they have to wait for some other people. They have to revive Namek. Then with the next wish, they have to revive Raditz and Vegeta. That's actually revive everyone who was killed by Frieza except for the evil ones. And Vegeta and Nappa aren't evil in this timeline. They have no sense of evil, so they're all revived. The planet Namek is normal, Frieza's dead, and then the final wish is to revive all the Namekians that were killed by Frieza. So then they're all ready, and that's it for the Frieza saga. And oh yeah, Christian and Goku go to Yard's Rat. They unlock they master Super Saiyan. Well, they don't master it, they can go into it at will. So basically, I'm not going over power levels anymore. Screw power levels. Moving on to the next one. So Future Trunks, so about 1 year later, half a year later, is where they're supposed to meet. They go to head to Goku. There's no Mecha Frieza, so they just head out anyways to find Christian and Goku. So basically, Trunks would arrive and say, "Where's Frieza?" And he's like, "What? Frieza's not alive. He was actually dead." He's like, "Wow, who killed him?" He said, "Did Goku kill him?" He said, "No, Goku and Christian." He's like, "Wow, Christian didn't even become a Super Saiyan in my timeline. He actually won. He was actually fighting." So whatever, so basically they're ready. Basically moving on to the Android arc. So they train for another. So everyone's there. Vegeta doesn't have Super Saiyan at all. They are training so long until Vegeta, Raditz, Nappa have Super Saiyan. Now this is they all have Super Saiyan, so they're basically the protectors of Earth. Until Goku and Christian arrive. So they basically arrive, they're all here, they're here, and they go into the 3-month training arc. The 3-year training arc. Blah 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 blah. Now moving on to the next one. So they all meet up to the spot where Gero is gonna appear. When they go back to the wild place where they meet Gero actually. So immediately Christian takes on Gero and Goku takes on Android 19. They are both keep on struggling because they keep on feeling something So then out of nowhere, they both drop to the ground into base form. And then they're taken back to Kame House. It's the Heart Riders. They both lived in the forest. So they are taken back to Kame House, and then Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz arrive, and they're ready to fight these androids. They beat down Android 20, but the Android 19. Then Gero leaves and heads to his lab to open up the androids. So when he does that, Future Trunks just arrives, and then they head down to Gero's lab. Android 17, 18, and 16 are all awakened. So then they bust down, they're like, hey guys, and then they destroy the Z Fighters. Moving on to the next one. And I'll be right back, and then I'll continue it. Alright guys, I am back. Now to move on to the blah blah blah. So Piccolo fuses with Kame, and comes Kamikolo. And now we're moving on to the training. The first people to go on are Vegeta and Nappa. After that, it's Raditz versus Raditz. Alright. So Goku, wait, hold on, I counted that wrong. Alright, I just figured out. No, I didn't. Hold on, there's Raditz, Nappa, Christian, Vegeta, Goku. Hold on. Vegeta, Goku, Raditz, Nappa, Christian, and Trunks. So basically, Vegeta would go with Trunks, Goku would go with Gohan, Nappa would go with. No, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know if there's 7 or 8. Because I just counted 6 of those. Nappa is 1. Vegeta is 2. Trunks is 3rd. Goku's 4th. Gohan's 5th. And Christian 6th. I am so confused. There's 7 set. Gotta add Piccolo to the list. Christian would be going by himself, so he'd actually be joining Gohan and Goku. Oh wait, no. Vegeta would be training with Nappa. Christian would be training with Trunks. Goku would be training with Vegeta, and Raditz would be training with Piccolo. Actually, yeah, Raditz would be training with Piccolo. So Christian and Trunks train for so long that they both unlock Mastered Super Saiyan. Like, they master it. They don't even go to that crappy bulky form. Now, they go to Master Super Saiyan. They're on the verge of Super Saiyan 2, but they're not. So immediately, they walk out of the room, and they're way stronger than everyone. So then Vegeta goes in, he gets his bulky crap, so does Nappa. Nappa gets even more bulky. Then we got that next one, Goku and Gohan, they also get Mastered Super Saiyan. Now we're going to the fight. So Christian and Trunks would head over to the battlefield. Now Vegeta would still be in the timetable while Gohan and Trunks wait. While Piccolo's almost dead by fighting second form Cell, these two arrive. Cell would immediately rush at Trunks. Trunks would grab out his sword and stab Cell in the stomach. And then he grabbed the sword. Christian would grab the sword and rip it out and then stab Cell again. Then they kick him towards a tree, and then they put as strong as Christian somehow puts out his hand and summons a giant catching tight rope. And then he wraps Cell to a tree. And then they just stab him until he begs for mercy, until they still keep on stabbing him. And if you don't know what I mean, they're doing the infinite Sukoi. They're doing the Tsukuyomi. Just keep on stabbing and stabbing. Until Christian says, I'm bored. Ka-me. Ha-me. Solar flare! He gets solar flared. Then he escapes, absorbs 18, and then the fight changes. So they're ready to go. So they run. So they start punching Cell, but it's not doing a lot. It's like dinker, 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 dinker. And it's not doing a lot. So then they have to retreat with Piccolo, and that's it. For now, moving on to the actual fight. Goku, Gohan, and Raditz and Piccolo would all be released. Then they'd all go to their training, and that's basically it. So now moving on to the Cell fight. Now first up would be Christian. He's like, I'll make quick work. He powers up to Mastered Super Saiyan. Maximum power, then punches Cell in the face, sending him flying back. He's like, alright Saiyan, you've gotten stronger. And he's like, damn right I have. And kicks Cell in the face, then grabs his leg and slams him. Then puts a blast to his stomach and blasts him forward. Then then he rushes at Cell. Cell creates Cell Juniors to go after everyone else. Goku and Vegeta and Trunks and Gohan would all body them, but then he'd summon even stronger. He'd actually split himself into 5. But these all have the same power as him. So they all start bodying everyone. He starts to get angered. So then he goes, ah! So then him and Gohan both rage out and they go, ah! And then they say, and I won't watch this anymore. So they all power up to their maximums and they go Super Saiyan 2. And they start beating down on Cell. And then they both say, you idiot. And then they blast him with so much force that they kill him immediately. Cell is dead, but then he comes back with his bomb fatness. Goku teleports him away, and dying in the process. Now moving on to the 7-year time skip. Goten is born, and since his best friend died, Christian decides to help Goten out. Don't worry guys, I got a package coming. Guys, give me a second. Exactly. I'll be right back. Stop it! Stop it! No! 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 No, doggo! Stop it! Stop it! Come on! Over here! Over here! Be a good dog. Come on, doggo. Fine. Here. So now moving on. He would be training Goten every single day, coming over to train him. Also taking him around on the world on the Nimbus, showing him everywhere. So then Chi-Chi won't be so angry that he's training him. Goten will be so strong that he already unlocked Super Saiyan 2. So he'd also be... Christian actually... He asked Bulma to create him a gravity room that he can put into a capsule and throw it down. She does, and they train for a year. They train for the 7 years to get stronger. Now Goten's so strong. Going on to the World Martial Arts Tournament. Goku actually recognizes Goten. He's like, hey, that's my son. Going on to the tournament. It's Goten versus Trunks, because he wins every other match. Goten would immediately pop into Super Saiyan 2. punch Trunks and send him out of the ring. Trunks would win, and Chi-Chi would be in tears, in happy tears. She'd be like, "Yes, my little Goten won. Now he won us so much money." Now we've gone to the Buu arc. Now Majin Buu wouldn't be revived in this. Would be revived. He'd be revived, and I'm gonna take a little bit of inspiration from the part where Majin Buu was there. Triple fusion. They fuse into Credital Jul. So they power up, and they immediately punch Majin Buu, blasting him into oblivion. And that's it for this part.